Hey everybody, today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on One Step Ahead on Jack Johnson's new album Meet the Moonlight. It was released as a single a few months ago, so I'm a little late getting to the tutorial, but hopefully it'll still be helpful for some of you. I based everything on three things: what I could hear in the album, what I could see live in the loop pedal version that he released, and also what I could see live on Jimmy Kimmel. All three of those videos you can find on YouTube. I'm going to be doing it in the key of the album version, which starts on this G sharp minor. The other live version is the loop pedal, and the Jimmy Kimmel, he plays it a half step down on just a G minor. So I believe that the album is key of F sharp, I think, and the other one is key of F. So anyways, let's jump right into it. I'm going to start with that little guitar slide part. So for the album version, we're going to be using the 4th fret. We've got middle finger on the G string, ring finger on the E string at the 4th fret, and we slide into that. Then we go up to 6th fret, and we just strike both. Then another slide up to 8th fret and 7th fret, and then another strike, 10th fret and 9th fret, and then back to 6th fret with the ring finger. So your middle finger is kind of always on that G string, and then depending on whether you're doing the ones where it's the same fret or whether it's they're offset by one, you'll either use your ring finger or middle finger. So ring finger or pointer finger. So again, it's 4th fret, 6th fret, and then the offset one on 8-7, and then offset 10-9, then back to 6th fret. And then these are kind of done in pairs, and the second time of each pair ends a little bit different. Starts the same. And then this time we're going to keep that offset formation with the pointer finger, and then we're just going to slide down to 3rd fret on the middle finger, 2nd fret on the pointer finger, and then 1st fret, 1st fret. So again, that one sounds like. And I think in the loop pedal version, when Jack goes down, I'm not even sure he restrikes it. Whoops. I think he just kind of slides down. And then since he's playing down a half step, your 1-1 would actually just be the open strings. So he doesn't even strike those. He just kind of lifts up his fingers and lets those open strings ring. But since I'm doing it in the key of the album version, I can't do that. So again, that whole section sounds like. Okay. Alright, so that covers the little slide intro. Now we'll do the first verse. So first verse, let me just show you the chords that we're going to be kind of aiming towards. So we've got the G sharp minor, and then B major, which you can also do up here. In fact, actually in the Jimmy Kimmel version at least, he does do it up here. But there may be advantages, which I'll show you and eventually, to doing that one. But anyways, so G sharp minor, B major, F sharp major, and then C sharp major. And then with this one is when he, so that's the one that ties back in. And what you do there is you just use your middle finger, which is probably helping to mute that E string anyways, and then just press it down into that 6th fret, and then you go into your G sharp minor. So those are the four chords of the verse. You might see me sometimes bar with my pinky on that. That's just, it's a little bit easier for me sometimes. But the traditional way is to bar with your ring finger. So those are just kind of your basic major, minor bar chords. Anyway, so there's the bass line, which in the loop pedal version Jack starts out with. And if you are playing that, like to kind of palm mute it to give it a little bit more of a bassier tone. So he walks up 4th fret, 6th, 7th fret, 9th, and he slides up to that a little bit, and slides back down, 2nd fret, and then slides back up. So 4th fret, 6th, 7th fret, 9, 2nd fret, 9, 6, 4. Okay, so unless you're using the loop pedal, you might not really find yourself doing it like that too often. But I think if you're playing it by yourself, it is kind of fun to start out each verse just kind of like that, and then kind of build up the chords a little bit. So I've already shown you the chords. We've got the bass line, and you can kind of put them together. And this is where it comes into where I think it might be a little bit easier to do the B up on the 7th fret. So you can go. So just kind of like that, you're playing that bass line, but then you're also striking the chords. And Jack likes to just strike them and pull right off. So especially in the loop version and the band version, he's maybe tapping the bass note. But those first 3 chords, at least, he's just striking and coming right off. All right, so then we got the pre-chorus, 1 step ahead part. Who wants to be 1 step ahead? First do the punchline. And so that we just have the G sharp minor, F sharp major, and then the C sharp major. Now in the live versions, again, he seems to end on a full G sharp minor. In the album, I can kind of hear, what note would that be? I kind of hear this G sharp 7 note, which would be if you were to lift up your pinky. So I don't know if that's, if Jack's playing that, or if that's just kind of, one of the layered instruments. But I like to do it because it adds a little bit of color, and, if you've ever learned a few Jack Johnson songs, you'll know that he uses 7th chords a lot. So I still think it fits within the character of his songwriting. So that's that part. And then there's also another little slide part above that, which is very similar to the intro. We start on 4th fret, 4th fret. We slide to the 6th fret and back down, and this time it's 3-2. Then we go to 10-9, slide down to 6-6, and then end back on 4/4 again. Who wants to be one step ahead? First to the punchline, just one step ahead. First to the punchline. And another thing, if you're playing by yourself, so, you know, again, this is not anything that I know that Jack does or have seen him do, but you can kind of combine that with your pointer finger that's barred. Who wants to be one step ahead? So just kind of slide up there, and then when you go to that F sharp major, you can land on that, and that's the same thing as this. And then, so you know we had the 10-9 up here. Well, that's basically the C sharp major chord, and then this is the A sharp minor 7. So when you're when you go down to that 6th fret, you're basically creating an A sharp minor 7. So you can incorporate that into like that slide sort of. Or if you wanted to, I know it's not part of the song, but instead of, you know, doing the G string E string, you can just do the B string E string. So just a couple things to try out. Anyways, so back to the way the song's actually played. The chorus is going to be on the 7th fret, B major. And then we're going to keep that major shape with our middle ring and pinky, and we're just going to slide the pointer finger down a half step to the 6th fret, and then G sharp minor again. And then this time, pretty much every time he comes to this chord during the chorus, he lifts up the ring and pinky finger. There's one point in the loop version where he adds this cool little filler after getting to the minor chord. He slides up to, well, in this key at least it'd be the 11th fret. Well, let me play it first. So what he's doing there, from the minor chord, you slide up to the 11th fret, kind of bar the A and D strings with your pointer finger, and then you're hitting down on the 11th fret with the ring finger, and then coming back down, and then hitting the E string with the 9th fret. Oops. So just a cool little filler that you can throw in there. You know, maybe not do it every time, but alright, and then the second part of the chorus, every time we talk, I'm gonna go down to the F sharp major, and then come up to E major, and then back to the G sharp minor. Now, since we're playing this in the key of the album, you could go down to the open E if you wanted to get a little bit more bass there. I know Jack, at least in when he's playing in the live versions, he comes up here, and he also, you know, tends to like to have control over the percussiveness of the chord. So I'm not sure if he actually would ever use that open E chord there, but If you can kind of control it and make it sound as percussive as the other chords, then I think it works. Oh, sorry, I started up on that one. Every time we... So, it's kind of hard to do. But if you think you can do it, and if you like that, having the open bass, just get a little bit more bassy there, then give it a try. All right, and then, I mean, that's basically the song there. Time we try, we play the same old game, it's all been said now, never mind all the noise going through your head. And I think on the album, it might end on a minor 7 chord on there, maybe not. But you can, you know, try that if you like that coloring. Oh, one thing I forgot. So the verse in verse 2, the second time the chords repeat, the chord changes slightly. So normally, let's see. So we've got, how can I be so certain that my first impressions are mine? Each morning I wake up with circles around me that say, I got mine, I give in, I give up. And then when he says give up, this time instead of landing on the G sharp minor, we go to B major. And you can hear that clearly in the album version. The bass even follows it. Now in the loop pedal version, he doesn't do that, but that's because he's kind of already set in the bass with the G minor, so he can't really change that. But in the Jimmy Kimmel and in the album version, he goes to the B chord there. I give in, I give up, it's too much. And then from there, it's the same thing. Just goes back to the F sharp major. Hell, it's not enough in this house of cards. So yeah, I think that covers all the little nuances that I've recognized. Sorry, I don't know how to play the solo in the middle of the loop version. I started working on it, but it's gonna take me a while to tab that out, I guess. So hopefully that helped. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for listening. Happy playing. Take care.